videos on the build series of the chassis of my new Tamiya Renault 5 Turbo on the M05RA chassis. Today we'll be finishing off from step 26 to 31 and getting straight in there. Step 26 is fitting the tyres. And as you may have seen from my unboxing, I think I put it in, but I went ahead and ordered this hop-up option, which is an M chassis 60D inner sponge hard, 4 pieces. As you can see here, I've already done 3 of them. And just before we start, there are some notes in step 26. First one being, it's telling you how to identify the left and right tyres. On these ones that I've already done, you might be able to see, you might not, but there's a little circle after the part number, and that denotes that it's the left hand side. So again, these tyres, they've only got markings on the one side, so obviously that goes on the inner side where you can't see them, and this side here, this is the right side and there's no circle. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, it says left and right side tyres can be switched according to the running condition. So basically means you can swap them round if you want, depending on what kind of surface you're running on. So with that, we'll get straight in. First thing is to install the sponge. And if you've never put sponges in these before, you will get to a point where you think this isn't going to fit, it's too long, but you just have to bear with it and just keep on pushing the sponge in. And as you can see, it looks like it overlaps quite a lot, but you just need to keep on going. And I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, but you just keep pushing it in and trying to tease it together until it slots in, just about like so. And then you can just about see that it fits in. And then fortunately these rally block tyres are quite soft, so it's fairly easy to install them. I'm just having a look. So I'm pushing one end in and then just easing it round, and then with my thumb and forefinger easing the bead over until it's in place. Like so. We give it a squidge round a bit just to make sure it seats in the bead recess of the wheel, this bit here, and then we just ease this round again like so. And there's a bit there that hasn't gone in properly, so you can just pull it out a bit and try and reseat it. And there we have the 4 wheels done. 2 left, 2 right. And we can move on to step 27, which is sticking the front ones on by the looks of this. Step 27 is installing the front wheels, and for this we're going to need plastic parts, 2 off of B11, which are the 12mm hex adapters, and then 2 off of BC8, which are 4mm flange lock nuts, 2 off of BC10, which are 2x10mm shafts, and 2 off of BA18's 1150 bearings. And as you can see here again, I've got the ball bearings ready, so we'll just crack on. If you remember from earlier, I put some R-clips in just to keep these axles in, so now's the time to take them out. I'm spinning the axle round so that the hole for this shaft is horizontal. Oh, nearly forgot the bearing first though, donkey. Push the bearing in, it's a nice tight fit, and then we can pop the shaft in, get a 12mm hex adapter, line it up and push it on if the car doesn't slide, like that. That's a tight fit as well. And then it's just a simple case of lining the hex up with the wheel and sliding it on. He says, there we go. And then we take the 4mm flange nut and we simply screw it on and repeat for the other side. Step 28, installing the rear wheels, is very similar. Again, we're going to need two B11s, which are the plastic 12mm X adapters, but this time we're going to need two BC11s, which are the rear wheel axles, and four BA18s, which are the 1150 bearings, and again two BC8s, the flange nuts, and two BC10s. And again, there's stuff about greasing them up, but I've got the bearings, so I'll quickly hopefully show you. I'm not sure why you didn't install these before you mounted this, because it looks fairly tricky, but I'm going to pop a bearing on, which is a reasonable fit, and then I haven't got a clue. I think I'm going to have to need some pliers for this, because my hands are too fat. Well, I'm definitely now wishing I'd have ignored the instructions and mounted these before I installed this axle holder, because I'm having a terrible job getting through a great big massive hole. Oh, there we go. Thank God for that. And once you've managed to get the axle through, pop the bearing in, and seat it, not quite so tight to fit, and the bar through, and then the hex adapter, and push it home. And again, quite a nice fit. Oops. And then looking at this, we've got the left there, so I've got the circle, and again we pop it through and put the nut on. And we repeat for the other side. And yeah, if you're watching this before you build yours, I'd recommend mounting this before you mount this piece and use an R-clip. Step 29 is installing the front body mounts, and for this we're going to need two off of plastic part C1 and 2 off the plastic parts B9 for the battery holders, and then metal parts we're going to need 2 off of BA6 3x10mm tapping screws and 4 off of BC1, which are 3x12mm screws, and 4 off of BC7 3mm washers. And again, we're going to need some double-sided tape, and if you can see here, I've already stuck these bits, cut them out and stuck them onto the front of these battery mount holders, which are going to slide over there like so. So I think we'll do one of them first, and for that we need a washer and one of the longer screws. And again, I'm getting it in position and starting the screw off, he says, except it won't start. There we go. And the second one, again, move it around this side so I can get at the hole easier. And as per the thing itself, I'm going to pull this bit away and get my scalpel and hopefully ease off the sheet. And then hopefully get it in position before sticking it in. And then we just need to do the same for the other side, but before we do, we've got a body mount to install, and that goes there, and it uses one of the BA6s. Like so, and we'll just repeat for the other side. Step 30 is installing the rear body posts, and for this we're going to need 2 off of C9, the body posts themselves, 1 off of D1, which is the body post mount, and 1 off of C10, which is the aerial holder. And then for metal parts we're just going to need 2 off of BA4s, which are 3x15mm tapping screws, and the usual 3 off of BA6, which are 3x10mm tapping screws. And there are notes here about where this D1 goes in relation to which body you're using or chassis length. And there's also a note here about attachment direction of C9 may vary according to the body. So just before I do that and probably get it the wrong way round, we'll have a quick look at this body diagram. But no, looking at this, it looks like they go the same way as in the manual itself. So I think we can get started. It does say move the antenna post C10 to the outwards of the chassis part D3. So I may look at doing that, but as it's such a short one, I think I don't need to cut a hole for the aerial, so I think I'll just leave it on the body post, and basically it's just a case of getting this the right way round. I don't think it can go any other way. Dropping the two longer of the screws in, and tightening the little beauties up, and then these body posts will go on either side. If we just have a quick look, so it'll fit that side or that side, and I'm going to stick it on this side. So that I can mount part C10 before I put the other post on. Guess my rookie mistake, he says. You've only gone and mounted it the wrong way round, you dozy git. Hooray! He's done it right for a change. And then if we're lucky, probably should have done this before starting, but hey, you never know. There we go. One aerial. And with that we can hopefully move on to the last step. Step 31 is basically the last step in this video, and is the battery installation, or at least the battery holder does installation. And for that we're going to need two B8 plastic parts and 4 of these strange looking R clips that I've never seen in a Tamiya kit before, but hey, it's always a first. Now there is also another plastic part here that it's saying to install, which is B1, which is this little item here, which is for a transponder, but I've got no intention of fitting a transponder, and if I had, I'd have to undo all of this cabling here because it screws into these two positions here. So I'm not bothering with that, so I've not bothered with the two BA6 screws that you're supposed to need, just the R clips. And there is a note here about bending the R clips up at a slight angle, these grippy bits, shall we say. But if you see here from installing the other side of this, I don't think it's necessary, so I'm not even bothering doing that. So it should just be a case of locating the holes, sliding it up and popping the R clips in. And there we have one finished chassis, all ready to run. All I need now is a body to go with it, which I am absolutely not looking forward to making because of the 3 different colours you've got to mask off and paint. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and like I say, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers, bye!